What's up, Buffs Nation, and welcome into Buffs News Weekly. I'm your host, Russ, and I wanted to record a video rather than go live today, just to kind of discuss what happened this morning, why it was important, because again, we're seeing across the internet just a very interesting response to everything that was happening, and also talk a little bit about how this personally affects me and why Coach Prime's message was just so important, especially today. So obviously, the news came out. We finally had Coach Prime's presser that he has been talking about for a very long time, by the way. A lot of people, of course, started speculating this morning or yesterday when the news about his presser came out, thinking that he was going to retire, when that's literally not been talked about. He's literally talked about it for weeks. He talked about it at the Big 12 Media Day that when they get back for fall camp, he would be having a presser where he would let the entire public know about what happened, what his health issues were that kept him away from the team in the month of May and June and beginning of July. So the fact that people started immediately speculating and thinking that, oh, he's retiring, he's leaving, he's doing all this stuff. And of course, the messages that were put out there from people almost excited that they were going to be proven right in some way, that Coach Prime wasn't going to be coaching, that he never wanted to coach without his sons, he doesn't care about Colorado, the list goes on and on and on. And the fact is, that's not the case. So the first big message that I got from today's press conference was the fact that, Coach Prime has had multiple reasons and opportunities to no longer be at Colorado. A lot of people said that he was only there to coach his sons, his coach's kids graduate. You think that he's going to be gone. He's not. The rumors start winding up that he's going to be coaching in the NFL, even if he's not coaching his sons directly. That went on for quite a bit during this offseason. And then, of course, Coach Prime signed his extension, and you think, well, maybe now all of that stuff will end and stop. And then after that, of course, now we have the information and news that he was sick for a few months, and he has his press conference, and everybody's like, well, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. He's going to use this as an excuse to quit on the team and not coach anymore. And, that's the end. I mean, daddy ball's over. I heard that from so many people throughout the last 24 hours or so online. And the fact is that not only did Coach Prime battle cancer and battle bladder cancer, but he took a route that was more focused on his ability to be back to himself, to be able to coach again, and to be able to coach well. And he talked about this in the presser, rather than, going through chemo for multiple years on a weekly basis where he's having to go back and forth between the hospital and football and life, he decided to have his bladder completely removed and replaced with his small intestine inside of his body. And to me, that just shows that commitment, that he wants to continue doing what he does, and he loves doing what he does, because that's why he made that decision, was he wanted to get back out there and get going. And now he's all smiles, he's joking, and he's talking about how he's just excited and getting ready to coach. So there's that aspect of it that kind of came from today's presser. The other big piece that came that I think a lot of people ignored, saw multiple messages online on social media of people being like, a press conference for that? Like, who are you to think that you're that important, that it matters that you come out and say that? And, that piece of it is very embarrassing. That people would say that. The one person that's going a little bit viral for saying that is somebody who literally, in just a recent tweet, talked about how his mom was diagnosed with cancer. The problem that you don't understand is millions of people are going to watch what just happened with Coach Prime. Whether you like him or not, that is a legitimate fact. And the fact is that those millions of people are now going to have that message and the encouragement and understanding how important it is to take care of yourself, how important it is to do your regular testing, and all of that to be able to hopefully catch this stuff. And if out of the millions of people who watch that press conference, if one person takes that to heart and gets tested and happens to find that they have cancer early and are able to be saved, don't you think that that press conference was worth it? I mean, that's my legitimate question to those people out there that said, what was the point of that? Thinking that, because he's announcing a press conference, it has to be this major announcement that he's leaving. It's not just that he's sick. Why would he do that? And so to those people, I hope that you regret what you said. I hope that you come to the table and apologize for that. I hope that you make it known that you were wrong and don't just delete what you posted and act like it never happened, which I'm seeing from a lot of people already that are just thinking they can hide when the internet's forever. And so there's that. And I think that's a very important aspect that we need to talk about and discuss when it comes to that press conference. And my absolute favorite part of the press conference was him just talking about how throughout the whole process, he never once asked God, why me? Why me? Why am I having this happen to me? He's gone through all these surgeries. He's gone through all of these horrific things over the last several years. They talked about it, 14 surgeries since 2001, more than he ever did during his playing career. He has post-career. And he said, why me? And the reason why that part stuck with me the most, and I tweeted about it, and I wanted to put it out here on a video, and I do. I want this again known. And if you have followed my channel for a while, you know a little bit about my history, you know a little bit about my background, and not that it is anything to do or tied with cancer or anything like that. No, instead, mine's a little bit different. But on the same plane, I've been put in a position many times where I could have easily asked, why me? Why did this happen? Why does this keep happening? And I think a lot of us can relate to that, especially now in today's society. People are struggling. Whether you're struggling with your career, whether you're struggling financially, whether you're struggling emotionally, physically, whatever it may be, I think, and again, and I want to go to this too, whatever your beliefs are, okay? So whether, you believe in whatever religion, you believe in any higher power, you believe in no higher power, I think we as human beings are always going to have that occasional thought of the why me? Why does it have to always be me? And I think hearing Coach Prime talk about that and what he's been through the last couple of years, and absolutely, I get it. There'll be plenty of people out there that'll say, well, Coach Prime's a millionaire. He's had all this money. He's had an unbelievable life. So really, why does it matter? Why is it a why me situation with him when his life's been so amazing and mine has maybe not been as good, if you're saying that? The fact is that we're, again, still all human beings. We still all struggle with things. We all don't deserve terrible things to happen to us, no matter what we think out there. And yet it does, because that's the world we live in. The world we live in is not this perfect place that has nothing ever bad happen to it. And there's plenty of people out there that don't have a lot of bad things happen to them. There's plenty of people that have lots of bad things happen to them all at once or over time. And so to hear him say that is still a good reminder, I think, for everybody, that if you're out there and you are struggling, if you are, going through hard things, whether that's with family, whether that's personally, again, mentally, physically, whatever that may look like, the real question is, how can you respond to that? How can you move on from that? How can you just push forward? And I think this season has now taken on a whole new meaning. not only for Coach Prime, but for the players and for the fans and everybody associated with this program now, because of what Coach Prime went through, what he's still quote unquote going through. Obviously, he's better, but the fact is that still happened. He's having to deal with day-to-day changes to his life as a result of that. He's pressing through. And my other favorite part of the presser was just him talking about he's not going anywhere. He has a goal, and that is to win a championship here in Colorado. And after hearing that press conference and hearing what he had to say and hearing the struggles that he went through, only to really say that it was all about pushing through so that he could get to this point, you have to imagine that this season is going to take on a whole new meaning. And to those people that don't understand that, that's fine. I get that. But I'll be honest, I would not want to be a team playing Colorado this year because it's just taken on a completely new meaning. The players are already responding. Us fans are going to be responding. And we're really looking forward to what this season is going to bring, because it's almost like we're playing with house money now at this point. And so I just wanted to record this. I wanted to get my thoughts out there. I didn't want to do a live. I didn't want to necessarily, deal with chat right now, just for now. I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll do a live. We can talk about this video. We can talk about all the videos that I've released. And we can talk about how camp is going. But I wanted to put this out there for everybody. And hopefully you're in a similar position to me. And if you're not, with how you thought of that or anything like that, I get it. But hoping that this video maybe makes you think about it a little bit more and understand that situation and just the ramifications of what really, really happened this morning. And so again, I appreciate Coach Prime for sharing it. I appreciate him using his platform. I appreciate him pushing through this and continuing to coach Colorado. I appreciate everything that he has been through, and I appreciate all the people around him, whether it's trainer Lauren, whether it's his son Bucky, who took care of him during that time. Those people need a lot of props out there, and I know they'll get it, but I still want to do that as part of this. And hopefully this is something you needed to hear today, outside of just football stuff. Hopefully this is something that, will have some sort of impact. And if not, no big deal. Obviously, I hope that Coach Prime's talk and press conference had some kind of effect on you as a person. And I'll just finish this off with saying, anybody that used his press conference at the beginning of the day using titles that were misleading, that would increase the speculation that he was going to be leaving to get eyeballs on whatever you were doing, I hope you understand why that's not a good thing. And we need to be better about that in this day and age. Because unfortunately, and maybe fortunately, we'll see, YouTube values and promotes and rewards people who post speculative things, incorrect things, flashy thumbnails that leave people thinking more, titles that make you wonder what it's about or cover something controversial. People know what it takes to get attention online. And a lot of people choose that over the right thing. So I hope that people out there who did that, who want to think that what they did wasn't wrong, no matter what they did as a part of it, if you had all used any sort of title or content that was in any way misleading or trying to lead people to an idea, I really hope that you rethink doing that. and just rethink what you do in general on a day-to-day basis and how that affects people and how exploitative that looks and just what that looks like overall. So I wanted to put this out there and hopefully some people get something out of it. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, I really appreciate you. Would love any type of love or support you want to give as a result of this. I always love interacting with people. So until the next stream, till the next video, appreciate you guys for Buffs News Weekly. I'm Russ. Let's go Buffs.